we can actually walk our way back. It's only about 1.5 miles or so, and that's what we're gonna do. We've even found a place that we might want to grab a lunch or something like that. So we'll catch you there unless we spot something interesting. I'm gonna say this brew pub behind us has a lot of opinions on it, or at least its patrons do, as it seems to encourage them to stick various things onto their windows. I probably shouldn't be snarking at this too much, but usually I would assume that Alaskans would be locking their garbage bins rather than painting bears on them to encourage them. Meanwhile, we're passing by this tiny little park in between buildings, complete with a no trespassing sign. And there doesn't seem to be a door on this side, although Daniel points out something on the other side. But yeah, you can't get in there from here. I won't say this is only an Alaska thing, but we happen to be passing by the fire department here on 4th Avenue. And you know how most fire departments have fire trucks, right? Well, get a load of the fire boat. Again, perfectly necessary in a place like this. No question about it. But it's definitely a, well, this is different kind of thing for somebody raised on the flat plains of the Midwest. Meanwhile, there's something appropriate about Church Street being one way. Less appropriate, if you ask me, is this church on Church Street that has been converted into a coffee shop and an art gallery. It happens everywhere, doesn't it? Gotta love this Barbie-colored food truck. Unfortunately, it's closed at the moment. They do have quite the food truck culture here. And this in a small town of 2,700 people. So maybe you can't get a really big restaurant in a place like this. So they make do with these smaller entrepreneurial things. Whatever works. Wish we saw more of that back home, to be honest. Meanwhile, somebody here either really likes Barbie or really hates Barbie. I can't tell which. Various places along 4th Street or 4th Avenue, I'm not sure which. Yeah, it's 4th Avenue. Have murals up in one place or another. It is sort of the downtown main drag for what it's worth. And over here at a youth center just off of 3rd and Jefferson, they really do have these places painted up nicely. This section of town seems to be the residential, but the housing here, you can see over my head, is supposedly student housing. I have been told there's a college here, but again, this is a pretty small place to have one. The traffic here is a bit comparable to in town in Kodiak, but at least here we've got sidewalk to walk on, so there's that. Really, this place has a little bit more of a town feel to it than some of the other places we've been to. Possibly because of having to be rebuilt back in '64 after the earthquake. So everything seems a little newer, a little bit more well put together or something like that. Hard to say. Okay, I think we found the college. Well, that's one more mystery cleared up. Meanwhile, right next to the AVE Tech, which I take to be Alaska Vocational Tech, is another academy specifically for learning how to cook, which actually kind of works out well because they could probably work as the dining team for both universities. Students feeding students. Makes it sound like some kind of charity, actually. One interesting thing is that once you go past 3rd Avenue here, you pretty much run out of room and you run into what I believe to be Mount Marathon. And every year in July they host a, well, to call it a marathon might be stretching things. Basically the race is to go up the mountain and back down, and apparently the record, which, you know, I guess you compare against 2+ hour marathoners, is about 22 minutes. So it's not a marathon by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm sure it takes it out of people. The nice thing is that the second half of the marathon, as it were, is downhill. So all you have to do is stick your foot out and say, thank God for gravity. Interestingly, for all the fact that Alaska touts its position as the largest state in the Union, they do seem to have a fondness for Texas barbecue. There's enough Texan flags flying around here to kind of belie the whole "we're annoyed by Texas." I don't know if we've spotted an eagle or not. It's hard to see when they're flying. But it doesn't surprise to see wildlife just as you're walking around, even if it is right by the Seward Highway at this point. Well, this section of 4th Avenue is a little different, and so far, not so bad.